Thank you, Chair. Minister, this bill legislates for measures that were part of the cost of living package announced last month, and in my own constituency of Carlow Kilkenny, I know when we speak about social protection, the 410 million, the measures that was put into that, when you look at a €200 payment for the working family payment who have not received the lump sum on their primary payment to be paid in April. There will be a €200 lump sum paid even if a person receives more than one qualifying social welfare payment. People receiving a child benefit will receive an additional lump sum of €100 per child in June 2023. An additional €100 payment for each child for whom the back-to-school clothing and footwear allowance is to be paid in 2023. For a child aged from 4 to 11 years, the payment will be €260, and for those aged 12 to 22, it will be €385. And I can tell you, Minister, I have parents that have said to me, this is really welcome. I also think one of the biggest issues that I would have addressed here, and I would have brought up on numerous occasions, would be recognising the importance of the school meals programme. I know the rollout of the hot school meals to all the remaining DESH primary and special schools this year. To me now, Minister, that is so important, that no child should be in a school, maybe through no fault of the family, that maybe they haven't enough food and a child is going to school hungry, that a child is fed in school. And I think that's so important. And I do want to recognise too, and this is part of the programme going forward, that you plan to seek approval to extend the scheme into non-DESH primary schools. And to me, Minister, that is so important. And I think, I've been speaking to schools myself over the last few weeks about this, and this is a really good welcome move for schools, but more so for the children, and maybe, as I said, for families that are not, maybe are going through hard times, to know that at least their child is in school and the child is getting the hot meals programme. The other, I firmly believe, you speak about the 60 million in education, and Minister, I've spoke to you on several occasions about Carlow being a university now, South East. We're so proud of it, and I think all funding that is given to education and any measures that are being taken are so important. And I will again mention St Pat's College, Minister, so that you won't forget it, for the integration into the South East University. But I do welcome the reduction in fees. Like, if you look at 49 million currently, over nearly 148,800 children are transported on a daily basis to primary and post-primary schools throughout the country. That was so important. If you look at the waiving of examination entry fees for approximately 135,000 students registered to take the 2023 Leaving certificate and, of course, the junior their examination, that is so important. And I really feel that goes a long way to helping families. And it does take that pressure off. We also look at students sitting the examination this year will not have to pay these fees, which in 2019 were €116 and €109 for Leaving Cert and, of course, the Junior Cert. All these are welcome. Also, I want to talk about the extension of the 9% VAT rate for the electricity and gas. And I know that it is proposed to extend the 9% VAT rate for gas and electricity to the 31st of October 2023 at a cost of €115 million. And, Minister, I know, and previous speakers have said, while, we want to do more, and I know you want to do more, and I speak to people every day in my own constituency that we, if we could do more, we really, I think it's important that we do. But, I know you have a budget that you can only work from too. So I think the one thing that does keep coming up to me all the time is about information and about the schemes themselves. And I would ask just that would be a priority when we are announcing schemes and applying for them, that they are, I suppose, more information and communication given on that. And I know a big thing for us all was the temporary reduction in the rate of VAT on tourism and the hospitality service from the 13.5% to the 9% to be extended from the 1st of March to the 31st of August 2023 at an estimate cost again of €300 million. And I know from speaking to the hoteliers, this is another help to them, because we all know that it has been very hard for people out there. And, I was speaking to a few people recently, Minister, and we just spoke about, we're actually speaking about TDs and as a first-time TD. And I know from, did anyone ever think 3 years ago that we would have been in a situation where we would have had COVID, we would have had Brexit, and now we have a war in Ukraine. So with that, and I'm sure the opposition realised that too, with that would have brought huge challenges for the government. And I know, and I speak to people daily, I see it myself every day, it is hard on people, but I do realise the challenges that are there for the government, and I also realise that we have to make sure that we look after the most vulnerable, that we do look after businesses, that we do our best to support as many people as we can. And we spoke about I know previous speakers have spoke about the Temporary Business Energy Support Scheme, the TBAS. I understand, again, the introduction to support the qualifying businesses over the winter months with the increase in the electricity or the natural gas costs. Again, this was another result of the invasion of the Ukraine by Russia. So, as I said, Minister, I do see the challenges that are facing the government, and I know previous speakers have also said about the further extension of the 6 agri-tax reliefs. That's important. So all these steps, while I'd love to be doing more, as I know you would, Minister, I just feel like at least we need to try and do what we can to help our people that need it. And I know, again, you spoke about the temporary change in the benefit in kind regime for vehicles. That to me was a huge issue too, Minister, and I know I spoke to you about that too. So look, I think, a lot of us in government have spoke to yourself and Minister Paschal Donohoe about the issues in our own areas and of course that are nationally as well. Again, I know we want to do more. I know you do too, and I know, again, housing came up today, and I know I have a lot of people into my own office again about mortgages and housing and the lack of supply of housing. And I understand that, Minister, we need, and I know you also have given a commitment that we need to build houses. We need to absolutely, it's lack of supply, I believe, is the biggest issue going forward. And I know that you are committed as the government, but we do need to build them quicker. And again, look, while I know there's a lot of really good, I think, good initiatives in this, it is important that we do highlight the good issues that has happened in this. Again, I want to thank you, Minister. A lot work done, but a lot more to do. Thank you.
Thank you.